there are mainly 4 P's in the marketing, that is called product, price, place and promotion. For every customer need, there should be a product or a service that need to fulfill the customer needs or want. Branding, identity, packing and warranty, guarantee, after sale services. So if all these been collaborated for a single item, that will be called as a product. Hello students, welcome to another session in retail management. In today's class, we are going to learn about the retail marketing mix. So I'm Vaishnavi, Faculty of Commerce, Vidhyaashram First Grade College, Temple of Excellence, MYSURU. So we'll see today's agenda. So we are going to start with the introduction of the retail marketing mix. We are going to learn about what are the 4 P's of marketing mix. Next, we are going to learn about what is one of the P, that is product in marketing mix, and what are the features of the product, and what are the decisions related to the delivery of the service regarding the product, and what is price mix, what are the factors that influences the price mix, and what are the pricing strategies that are being adopted by the retailers. So these are the agenda that we are going to learn in this session. So we'll start with the introduction. Starting is the introduction, that is the 4 P's of marketing. So we know that for any kind of a retailer, there should be kind of 4 important factors need to be adapted in order to have a proper service, or in order to have a proper market into the customers. So for that, we need 4 main P's, that is product, price, place and promotion. These are 4 important factors, or these are 4 important P's that every marketer or every retailer need to take care of. This is a very important for any kind of a mix, that is called marketing mix. So under that, first will be called as the product. 4 P's of marketing. So that is, I have told, there are mainly 4 P's in the marketing, that is called product, price, place and promotion. So these are 4 P's. So why it is important? Because that covers overall holistic approach of the marketing activities or strategies needs to be implemented for each and every stage, for product stage, price stage, for promotion stage and for place stage. So these are important. So important 4 P's. So we'll see what is the first is about product mix. I have told product is very important. So it represents the brand, it represents the retailer, it represents what kind of service the retailer is providing for. So for every kind of a need or for every kind of a want, there should be a product. Like say for example, you have joined to a college. So you need books, you need pen, you need bag. So all these are products. Here if you can see, the need have arisen. So you need a book. So book is a product. You need a bag, so bag is a product. You need a pen, pen is a product. You need a vehicle to come to college, so vehicle is a product. So for each and every time when the customer need or want arises, in every scenario, there arises or there the birth of the product comes there. So for every customer need, there should be a product or a service that need to fulfill the customer needs or wants. So that is the reason why the most important factor need to be considered here is the product factor. So product represents about your brand, product represents about your service, product represents about your identity, product represents about your company policies. So everything, it's like a face of your company. It's like a face of your company because it's just tell you what is your product is about. So that is the reason why all the retailers plays a very important role, or all the retailers take a very important step in order to launch a product or in order to do any kind of updations for product. So that is the reason why product is very much important here. So a product is something that is manufactured for sale in the market, that has been manufactured for sale in the market. So customer needs, so as I've told, a customer needs and wants are important here in order to arise a product. So customer needs are met by the usage of the products. So product is one of the important components of marketing, and all marketing activities revolve around the product itself. So product is like a kind of, what I can tell, is like a lifeline for a company, lifeline for a business. So without a product, there won't be any business or there won't be any company. So in order to run for the company, so product is very much important, whether it might be of tangible product or intangible product. So anything that needs to represent is called a product. So that is a very important for every kind of a company, and all the kind of marketing strategies are been revolving around the product itself, then nothing but else. So the product can be tangible or intangible. Like I've told, it can be kind of a service or it can be kind of a physical product. So tangible products are known as goods, whereas intangible products are called as the services. As I've mentioned, tangible products will be called as the goods, whereas intangible will be called as the services. So the term product can be understood in a narrowed as well as broad sense. So in a narrow sense, so it is a set of tangible, physical and chemical attribute assembled in an identifiable and readily recognizable form. It is a form, that is a physical attribute that has been readily available for the customers to use it immediately, then and there after the purchase of the product. So that if anything that satisfies the customer needs and wants also will be called as the product. So we'll see, these are the important definitions or important meaning for the product. We'll see what is the definition of the product. So the definition of the product, so according to W. Alderson, so a product is a bundle of utilities consisting of various product features and accompanying services. So a product is what? It's a collaboration of all the kind of features or all the kind of services under single product. Okay, like say for example, I've told you, if you want to write something, you need a book. So you cannot write in a single paper. So together of different, all the papers like 200 pages, if it isn't binded, that will be called as a book. So, and if you want to come to college, so you need a vehicle. So all the important factors needs to be considered for constructing or for manufacturing a vehicle. So all that features that will be there, that will be called as a vehicle, because you have all the engine, you have all important safety features for a person that need to commute from one place to another place. So all the safety features together will be collaborated and one single product will be called as a vehicle. That is, it might be moped or it might be gear bike, so whatever it is. So it contains of all the features, all the important features under single product will be called as a product. Okay, we'll see the next definition. So according to Philip Kotler, so a product is anything that is tangible or intangible that can be offered to market for attention, acquisition or consumption that might satisfy a need or want. So as I've told, so any product or any services that tries to satisfy the need or want will be the representation of the company, that will be called as a product. So usually a product will be in a case of tangible or intangible. So it has been launched into the market. So in order to acquire the market, in order to penetrate into the market, and in order to serve the people, and in order to represent themselves as a brand inside the market and to satisfy the needs and wants of the customers is all about a product. So these are the two important definitions for product. So we'll next see the characteristics or features of the product. So that is, first is our tangibility. So as I've told, a product is something that has been tangible, that is where you can touch, where you can feel, where you can see, that will be called as a tangible product. That is, it is having some physical evidence. So those will also be called as a product. So products are tangible, customers can touch, see or feel or a products. Like say for example, car, book, computers, etc. So I've told, so anything that can be physical, it is having any physical evidence, so that will be called as a tangible one. So examples I've given you, book, pen, car or your mobile phones, all will be called as the tangible products. Next is intangible attributes that can only be felt. Okay, so those will be called as an intangible one. Like say for example, your auditing services, banking services. So these are just like a services. Okay, so that you can only feel them but cannot touch them. So those will be called as an intangible attributes. The service products are intangible. Services like consultancy, banking, insurance, etc. will be called as an intangible attribute. So the product may be combination of both tangible as well as an intangible attribute, like restaurants or transportation. And in case of a computer, it is a tangible product. So that means it is a product can be kind of a both tangible and intangible. So like the restaurant, so where you can also taste the food and also you can experience the services of the restaurant service provider. So product can be both tangible as well as intangible. Next feature is about associated attributes. So it consists of main important attributes, that is branding, identity, packing, and warranty, guarantee, after sale services. So if all these been collaborated for a single item, that will be called as a product. Next is exchange value. So for any product, if there is any proper understandable or mutual agreement between the consumer and the retailer, and it has been in a kind of a monetary value, which is having a proper value, that is called a monetary values, that will be called as a product. So irrespective of the fact that whether the product is tangible or intangible, it should be capable of being exchanged between the buyer and the seller for a mutually agreed price. So buyer and the seller, there should be a proper mutual agreement between them, and this buyer also should satisfy, and as well as seller also should satisfy regarding the monetary value of the product, so which is having a proper exchange value. So that also will be called as a product. Next is customer satisfaction. So as I've told, customer satisfaction is very important here. So for any kind of a need or want, so if any product has been satisfying your need or want, so that will be called as a product, and if it is being called as any dissatisfaction, that will not be called as a product. Okay, so for any kind of a product that satisfies the needs or wants of a consumer, so that will be called as a product. So customer satisfaction is also important here. So these are the main important features of a product. So next is what are the decisions that needs to be taken for the delivery of the service or a product. So as a retailer, so a retailer should take some important decisions in order to serve the people, in order to serve your customers or your target audiences. So that is very important here. So we'll see what are the important decisions that needs to be taken. So under that, first is about service culture. So service, as I've told, so whether it might be any tangible product or intangible one, so you are providing some service to the your customers or your target audiences. Like say for example, you are a car manufacturer. Okay, so you manufacture different kind of cars, that is different product lines you have got. That means you have got small SUV, you have got micro SUV, you have got proper SUV, you have got hatchback. So these are different kind of product lines under automobile sector. So you are a manufacturer and you are manufacturing a different kind of cars. Okay, so that means you are also giving the product to the customers, as well as you are also servicing them in order to make the transportation in a kind of an easy way, in order to save the time, in order to save their strength, or in order to save their effort in commuting from one place to another place. It is a kind of a service. You can also call as after sale services. So after sold the car to your customers, you are also providing the mechanical related services to the consumer. So service is very important here. So as a retailer must take a proper service decisions in order to serve the customers and get the ultimate customer satisfaction. Service culture is built on elements of leadership, principles, norms, working habits, and visions and missions and values. So usually the services needs to be based on the cultural aspects of a company or cultural aspects of a retailer. So that consists of norms, working habits, visions and missions of the company. Okay, so that is very important here. Depending upon your vision and mission, depending upon your work culture, and depending upon your working attributes, you are going to select the services, what kind of services you are providing to your customers. So the culture is a set of overriding principles according to which management controls, maintains and develops the social process that manifests itself as a delivery of service and gives a value to the customer. So usually management is all about how you are going to control and how you are going to maintain and how you are going to develop the strategies for in order to serve your customers and in order to get the ultimate satisfaction by the customer. So this is the first decision. Next is regarding the employee engagement. So employee engagement, so human resources is also a very important factor here, needs to be considered by the retailer. Okay, so why? Because they are the people who make the product. Okay, if it is of any factory, That means I've taken the example of automobile. You need some people to have to operate the robots. Like nowadays, all the kind of manufacturing outlets, especially in case of automobiles, it have got such a advanced technology that all the assembling part will be done by the robot itself. But still, the robot also needs some human assistance in order to function properly. So that is the reason why human are very important, and for each and every aspects humans are very important here, for assisting the robot or for transporting the finished goods from one place to another place, for maintaining your showroom, for selling your products. You need a marketing department, you need financial department, you need human resource department. So for every kind of a company, for every kind of a process, so you need a human resources, that is your employees. So main decisions also needs to be taken regarding the employees also. Employee engagement includes employee attitude activities, purpose driven leadership, and HR processes are very important here. The decisions needs to be taken regarding the welfare of the employees as well. Next decision is about service quality includes the strategies. So as I've told, marketing strategies is very important, especially in case of the product related retailers. So if it is of any product related retailer, so you need to have some service related strategies, so in order to penetrate into the market and catch the attention of the customers. So service quality includes strategies, processes, and performance management systems. So that means what kind of processes you are doing, so what kind of performance management systems you are doing. So that means how much output you are going to give it into the market, or how much output you are going to give it in a single day. That is regarding the performance management, so how we are going to do it. So these are the important decisions needs to be taken, and the strategy and processes design is fundamental to the design of the overall service management model. So it represents about your management model, it represents about your management cultural norms and services that needs to be taken care of by the retailer. So this is regarding the service quality. Next is customer experiences. So customer experiences is also important here. So as I've told, customer satisfaction is very important for every retailer. So that needs to be taken care of and needs to be taken an ultimate place in every kind of a strategies that they are going to implement in future also. So customer experiences includes the element of customer intelligence, account management, and continuous improvements. So that means a continuous improvement, updation of the product, maintenance of the accounts, maintenance of the feedback of the customers. All these are important here to have a proper product satisfaction by the customer. So the perception is the king. So you know that customer is the king, and customers' perceptions plays a very important role here, because customer also is a kind of a marketing body. Say for example, you went to a restaurant and you go there, you eat any kind of sandwich. So then you have liked it. So then you're going to refer it to the other people, correct? So you're going to tell to your friends, your family, your brothers or sisters that hey, so and so restaurant is very good and they gives you best sandwich in the town. So that is kind of, see here the customer itself is a kind of a marketing body. So when you provide a proper service to the customer, so he himself or she herself so gives the positive feedback about your product. So that means the person who have consumed the services is itself a marketing body. So that is important why the customer experience is very important in case of the decisions regarding the services. So the perception is the king, and constantly evaluating how both customers and end users perceive services and deliver is important for continuous collaboration. So delivering of your services is very important here in order to have a proper customer satisfaction. So how we are delivering it, what is the taste, what is the ambience, what is the service, so what is the experiences what they have got once they have consumed your sandwich or once they have consumed your product or a service, that plays a very important role here. So this regarding the customer experiences. So next we'll move on to the price mix, that is regarding the product. So we have learned what are the important factors needs to be considered for product. Next is about the price. So price is very important. Price is also one of the important factor needs to be considered here, because with the help of the price, so you are going to introduce into the market, you're going to compete with your competitors, you're going to attract the customers, so you're going to gain the profits, you're going to have a wealth maximization. All these only depending upon the price factor that you are going to consider and what is the price that you're going to exactly fix for your product or a service. So we'll see what is the price is about. So price has always been one of the important variable in retail buying decisions, because it is about how you decide the product. Say for example, same car, if you want to buy a car that is hatchback car, so there are different kind of services, there are different kind of retailers that give you different features in a different cars. Okay, so but what is the price? So if you feel that it is kind of costly, and if you feel that it is out of your budget, so then you are definitely moving on to the other competitors. So it is a very important factor, needs to be considered here. So it is a factor that makes the organization. So it is also the easiest and quickest element to change the market. Pricing helps in an organization to achieve its objective. So pricing also helps the organization to achieve the objective. That is, it might be any profit maximization, or it might be any wealth maximization, or in order to gain any kind of profits or any wealth of a product or wealth of a company is also depending upon the price. Okay, so price plays a very important role here. So pricing strategy must be consisting of overall while and consider the retailer's overall positioning, profits, sales, and appropriate rate of return on investment. So return on investment is very important. So you need to fix the price of a product in such a way that it can be sustainable in the market as well, and it can be sustainable against the competitors, and it can also attract the customers here. So it should be having the overall position in the market, and it should have a profit, and it should also have a proper sales and appropriate rate of return on investment. So whatever the investment that you have made in buying the materials, in information and technology, in salaries, that is in case of human resources, in whatever the factors that needs to be taken care for producing a proper product. So all these are money related items. So return on investment should be very much important here for a retailer. So pricing is very important here. We'll see what are the different kind of factors that influences the price. So there are two kind of factors, that is internal factors and external factors. So we'll see one by one. So first is internal factors, and that manufacturing cost. So manufacturing cost plays a very important role, because in order to produce a product, so you need to manufacture it. So in order to manufacture it, you need a proper place, you need proper raw materials, you need proper machinery, you need proper men, you need proper electricity. All these are very important here, and all the kind of technology also needs to be taken care of in order to produce a product, or in order to manufacture a product. Okay, so manufacturing cost plays a very important role here. So as you know, we have two kind of costs, that is variable cost and fixed cost. So depending upon the cost that has been incurred in order to manufacture a product, so all these comes under the fixed and variable cost. Like say for example, in case of fixed cost, we have got taxes, we have got salaries, we have got any raw material expenses. So all these are important factors needs to be considered, that is for fixed cost. In case of variable cost, so any electricity related items, or any factors or any cost that usually varies for time to time, so all those comes under the variable cost. So these are important. So the combination of both fixed cost and variable cost comes under the manufacturing cost. So that is important here. So to have a proper price, in order to set the price, so manufacturing cost is important, and on that you are going to add the profit and you're going to fix the retail price. So that is important factor. Next factor is about the predetermined objectives. So each company will be having different kind of policies, different kind of vision, mission and objectives. So depending upon the objectives as well, so you are going to fix the price of the product. Next is image of the firm. So goodwill of the firm is also important here. So why? Because image or product represents as a brand, or it represents a face of the company, and behind that price also plays a very important role. Like say for example, so you want to buy some clothing, so you will go to the nearby malls. So you have gone to Reliance Mart, and you're going to check the different kind of styles and designs, what kind of products are also there, as well as you will also go to some premium stores. Like say for example, you have visited some Zara store. So there, if you can compare, the cloth is also the same, the quality is also the same, okay, and the designs might different, but clothing and kind of durability is also same. But whereas in case of Zara or Mango or any H&M, they are having higher prices. Why? Because Because of the image of the firm, because of the goodwill of the firm, because they have attained such a good market share, they have attained such a good name and fame in the market. So that is the reason why value based pricing is very important here, based on the value of the product, based on the value of the image. So the pricing also will be depending upon it. So image of the firm is also one of the important factor. Next is product status. So what kind of status, whether it is cheaper products or durable products, or it is a premium product, or depending upon the status. So what kind of product is having, so whether it is premium product or non-premium product or cheaper product, depending upon that you are going to fix the price as well. Next is promotional activities. So promotional activities also plays a very important role, because you are going to spend some money on the promotional activities, that is marketing ads. So that also plays a very important role here. So return on ad spend is also important here. So depending upon the promotional activities also you are going to fix the price here. Next is the external factors, that is competition. So competition is one of the important factor needs to be considered. A proper competitive analysis needs to be done in order to get the strategies that are being adopted by your competitor. So competition is important, and you have to face the competition. So you need to fix the price in such a way that it is able to sustain in the market as well. So next factor is about buying power of consumers. So purchasing power of the consumer is also important one. I'll give the example of a brand that is called Swarovski. Swarovski is a kind of premium diamond brand, so that manufactures all diamond jewelries. So you cannot go and sell the Swarovski jewelries to any kind of middle class families. Why? Because their purchasing power is different, because they cannot afford such kind of luxury premium jewelries. But whereas you can go and sell the same kind of products to some big industrialists in a particular country, or some celebrities, or some people are having the capability of buying such kind of premium jewelry. So buying power also plays a very important role. So you cannot target those kind of customers who cannot buy a product. So depending upon the purchasing power, depending upon the capacity of the customers also, you need to fix the price. Next is regarding the government policies. That means the taxes or rent or commissions or subsidies that you're going to get from the government. Depending upon that also, you need to fix the prices here. Next factor is market conditions. So depending upon the market, so where you are situated, so where is your exact market location, that is your retail location. Depending upon that also, you need to select a proper price. Next is levels of channels involved. So you know that usually there are 3 levels of channels, that is manufacturer, wholesaler, retailer, and the consumer. So nowadays all the manufacturers are going for direct manufacturing to the consumers. So depending upon the channels that are involved in the distribution of the products, you are going to fix the price here as well. So these are the important internal factors and external factors needs to be considered in order to fix the price. Next, we are going to learn about what are the different pricing strategies we have got. So under that, first is cost plus pricing. So this is the basic kind of a strategy that every kind of a retailer usually kinds to adopt. So we'll see what is that is. So cost plus pricing is also known as markup pricing. It is the easiest way to determine the price of a product. So it is a kind of a product that can be easily attained. So that is regarding that. So what is the cost that have attained in order to manufacture a product? Okay, so as I've told, so there are 2 kind of products. We have got fixed product and variable product. So depending upon that, you are going to calculate your expenses and you're going to add them, and to that you are going to add the profit, and you're going to fix the MRP, or you're going to fix the retail price. So this method will be called as, or this kind of strategy will be called as a cost plus pricing strategy. So it is a product that you make a fixed percentage on top of the cost. That is, on the top of the cost, you are going to fix the profit percentage. So it might be 10%, 20%, 30%. You're going to decide regarding that, and you're going to select a pricing strategy for that and sell it for the total. So sell it for the total. So that is called the cost plus pricing strategy. Next pricing strategy is competitive pricing. So depending upon the competition, so how your competitor is fixing the prices. So how your competitor is going to fix the market strategy. So depending upon that, you are going to fix the price of the product. So competitive pricing refers to using competitors' pricing data as a benchmark and purposefully pricing your products below theirs. So depending upon your competitor. So as I've told, so analyzing your competitors, what kind of strategies that they are implementing. So taking that as a benchmark and facing the competition with cheaper prices than your competitors. That is about the competitive pricing. Next is value-based pricing. So value-based pricing, it's about like known as price to value, refers to setting a price based on how much the customer believes a product or service is a worth. So depending upon how the product is worth or how the service is worth, based upon the value of the product, so they are going to fix the price. Like say for example, gold prices. So gold is which is having a higher market share in billion market. Okay, so that is the reason why gold prices are having the highest market share based upon only the value. Or the metals like gold, silver, these are important because they are only based on the process that is being acquired in order to attain a gold or in order to attain a silver. It places a very big process and it places a very risky process for the retailers also, risky process for the manufacturers also, and that is the reason why gold prices are very high in the market. So the values is been high because of the metal. So that is the reason why gold prices are very much higher in the market. So based on the value, based on the product, so whether they're worth it, whether the product is worth it or not. So based on that, you're going to fix the price. So it is an approach that takes you to the target market's wants and needs into consideration when establishing the value of the product. Depending upon the value of the product, you're going to fix the prices, and on that you're going to satisfy your customer needs and wants. So this is the value-based pricing. Next is price skimming. Price skimming is a very kind of common strategy, I can tell, because every kind of retailer usually try to adopt that kind of pricing strategy. That is in initial stages when the product is being introduced into the market. So during that time, so the retailer is going to fix the lowest prices. Why? Because in order to attract the customers, in order to penetrate into the market, and in order to make a proper brand image into the market. So during the introduction stage. So later on, so the retailer is going to skim the prices. That means he's going to increase the prices and increase the market share. So this kind of strategy will be called as a price skimming. So a price skimming strategy is when an e-commerce businesses charges the highest initial price that the customers will pay, then lowers it over the time as the market competition saturation rises. Based on the market, so the consumer is going to react, and based on that the prices will be fluctuated. So this will be called as the price skimming. Next is discount pricing. The name itself we can tell that. So it's kind of a discounted prices, sale prices, offer prices. So the shoppers love sales, coupons, rebates, seasonal pricing and another related markdowns. So markdowning of the prices is one of the important strategy that many retailers usually attract the customers. So through coupons, through sale prices, through offers, through discounts. So all these pricing strategies will be called as a discount pricing. These are the important pricing strategies that every retailer usually adopts. So in the coming session, so we are going to learn about what is price sensitivity. So price sensitivity is just nothing but the sensitivity towards the prices. Okay, so usually a consumer decides the products so based upon the prices. So we'll see how it affects the consumers regarding the purchase of the product. So how it is going to affect the mindset, or how it is going to psychologically affect the prices of a consumer. That is regarding the price sensitivity. Next is value pricing. So depending upon the value of the products, you are going to fix the price for the product. So how the retailers are going to fix the price, that you're going to learn in value pricing. Next is markdown pricing. So what is markdown pricing? That is tuning down or decreasing the price of the product. So that will be called as a markdown pricing. So why it is important. And next we are going to start with the next P called place mix. So that is where plays a very important role here. What are the different kind of channels of distributions are there? What is supply chain management? So all this you are going to learn in the next coming session. I'll meet you in the next session. Thank you so much.